The return to play decision after a concussion is a critical one and must be made with the guidance of a trained medical professional. This professional should be familiar with the most recent guidelines in concussion management. The link to the most recent consensus statement is provided. Concussion protocol versus return to sport protocol. The media uses many different terms, some correct, some not correct. There is no professional definition of concussion protocol. It is typically used to mean that the athlete has been pulled from the sport, they've been removed from play, they're being examined, and they have not yet been returned to play. The return to sport protocol is a professional designation and is explained in the consensus statement. Our doctor's note has the 4 options, and we will review them briefly here. The first option is no concussion or head injury. This option means that the doctor is confirming that there's no concussion, no head injury, and that your child may return to play. If there are symptoms, you must talk to the doctor about the reason for those symptoms if the doctor is deciding to check this first option. Option number 2, the athlete has sustained a concussion. This option means that the doctor says your child has sustained a concussion. They may not return to any type of sport practice, strength and conditioning, sports competition, and must return for further evaluation before any return to play date is provided. The next option is that the concussion or head injury is resolved and they may start this return to sport protocol. This return to sport protocol is multiple steps, and we will review that below. The final option is concussion or head injury is resolved. The doctor is saying that your child is ready to return to sport, and the date provided is the day that your child can return to playing the sport. What is the return to play, return to sport, graduated return to sport, all meaning the same thing? What does that protocol mean? That means that a concussion has been diagnosed and that at the point of the return to sport protocol, there is a period of at least 24 to 48 hours rest after the concussion has been diagnosed. There should be at least 24 hours in between each step of this progression. So as you can see, there are 6 steps to the progression. That does not mean 6 days, that means 6 steps. If any symptoms worsen during these stages, the athlete must return to the prior step. Resistance training should only be added in the later stages, stage 3 or stage 4. If symptoms are persistent, the athlete should be referred back to a healthcare professional who is expert in the management of concussion. Each of these stages must be signed off by a healthcare professional. So if your doctor is going to choose this option, who is going to be the one that's going to sign off on each of these stages? It should not be the coach, it should be the doctor. One suggestion is to perform and complete the concussion symptom evaluation sheet at each stage to make sure there's not a return to symptoms.